Live. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the Michael Garza show, the late hour. We're doing the late show a little bit. Staying up late. Not too late. It is 7:58 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast, the best coast. Um, got done playing some basketball, and my God, I felt good. It was good to get. It felt anytime I could play some basketball, it helps get the stress out. I got to play a little bit of ball with a couple of my buddies. I just sometimes just playing basketball does it, man. Give me a few moments, everybody. We're getting a couple things set up on here. In fact, we're gonna get. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been a part of the show. I mean it when I say this. I can't do this without you guys. And whether you guys like the video, whether you subscribe to the video, even just talking to me, I just appreciate you guys even being part of the show, man. You know, you don't really get this type of interaction every day. So pretty lucky. But yeah, I got done playing the ball, man, and I'll tell you, my shot was looking all right. When my arm gets tired, it definitely falters. But my boys were really kicking butt, dude. My boys, basically, Ethan was kicking ass. Ethan was going on a tear. Christian went on a tear. Anthony went on a tear. They were kicking butt, dude. It was so much fun. Man, when those guys are on, they're on, and it's a good time, man. It's a damn good time. But yeah, the one thing is, Mr. Antoine was kicking ass, dude. He's got that shot, man. And then Christian was doing he ended up doing this kind of jumper where he puts his knee up like Jeff Hornacek, puts his knee up and bang. So that's pretty cool. I need to get a little more light on this. So hold on. Let's get a little more light up in here. So, there we go. Illuminate the discussion a little bit further. Get a little more illumination on me. A million love songs later, and here I am. But yeah, just really appreciate all the subscriptions that you guys have done, all the memberships. I appreciate that. It's really helping. The virtual gifts, the super chats, you guys are incredible. Appreciate it big time. More subscribers, the bigger the show gets. And we want to expose the T-Tech company that I worked for. T-Tech is a bad company. I want to make sure I point that out every episode. Watch out. Watch out for that company, man. Let's see. Kakaver says hi. Hello, Kakaver. Tim Smith says, say no to fentanyl encampments. Garza for mayor of Coos Bay. Absolutely. I could run on that. Man. Say no to fentanyl. It's okay. If you guys want to go on FetLife, you guys, do your thing. But do a backflip? All right. No, I can't. I cannot do a backflip, dude. Hell no. I mean, if I got a little more flexible and was able to jump a little bit higher, sure. But that ain't happening anytime soon. Caver says no drugs. Nug says imagine that though. I'm a big boy, dude. Are you back in Gaza? No. Forgot my name says you a pretty good cook. I'm all right. I think I'm Chef Ramsay, but my girlfriend knows better. My girlfriend is the best because I'll tell you this. I know something is good that I make if she likes it because she is a food connoisseur. She understands what good food is. I have zero clue what good food is on this end. So I am going to be... give me a few seconds, though. Give me a few seconds. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. Got a burger in the hand. Hold on. Tim Smith says, I haven't seen someone multiple ETFs since my honeymoon. That's hot. So we're going to talk about the benefits of hyper-diversification. So here, look. Here's the benefits of hyper-diversification, okay? Risk and resilience. So crush idiosyncratic risk. So one CEO scandal or product flop can't torpedo my entire net worth because I'm too diversified. So if a really great company goes down, right? And all your, let's say Coca-Cola for some reason gets into a scandal, right? And all my net worth is in Coca-Cola. My net worth can go my net worth is determined solely on how Coca-Cola does. You know, even though I believe in Coca-Cola, and if I had to choose one stock, it would be Coca-Cola. That would be the one that I would keep in my buy and hold forever if I had no other choice. Also, it's a smoother ride. There's many uncorrelated hold on, sorry. I'm trying to read what I have on here. So many uncorrelated low correlation pieces reduce portfolio volatility. Volatility drag on geometric returns. So what does that mean? So essentially what it means is the more spread out your risk is, the less you have to worry about your net worth going down in the long term. In fact, the more spread out you are in real assets and actual assets, you're pretty much good. You know, no promise. If the world crumbles, then you're not. But, you know. Let's see, I'm trying to keep up. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Gotta eat, man. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'm really hungry right now, you guys. I'm sorry. Michael says you actually don't have to eat. I actually do. I'm really hungry. I'm very hungry right now. Valk says, is that fridge small or are you just giant? So, that fridge is, I will admit that fridge is kind of a smaller fridge, but I am 6'1". So I am a pretty tall dude. 6'1", 6'2". Are you an emotional eater? Sometimes. It just depends. Feeling good though. Jim Scannell says, asks if I like donuts. Donuts are pretty good, man. Gina asks, when are you going to stop eating? Saratoga bitches. Yeah, I just got some leftover Saratoga waters just in case we have to go on a trip or anything. I like to drink these every now and then, though. Tim Smith is saying that getting fired was the spark this channel needed. 16 are watching now. Absolutely. Steve says, good food equals the way my mom cooked. Heck yeah. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. So let's get a little further into this. So and I've already mentioned 2 reasons why hyper-diversification is actually not a bad thing. I know that places like CNBC or Fox Business may actually steer you away from this, but I honestly think it's better to be super diversified in multiple kinds of ETFs, active ETFs, index-based ETFs, ETFs that expose you to stocks, bonds, commodities, that sort of thing. If you stay spread out, your risk is so much less. In fact, the goal is to stay as spread out as you can. That's always the goal. Iacarps87 says he was playing with a frozen bag of diarrhea last night. Absolutely. Xavier wants me to sing happy birthday. All right. Oh, sorry. So your birthday was on September 1st. We'll still do it, man. We'll still do it. Let's give you a good birthday wish here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Xavier. Happy birthday to you. And many more. You're such a whore. Happy birthday. Gimme more. Xavier, I hope you had an incredible birthday, but if you didn't, I hope that kind of helped. My Michael Bublé ass imitation of a happy birthday song. I appreciate you, bud. Appreciate you. Xavier says, thank you. I just subscribed to you. You're the best YouTuber in the world. Thank you. Really, thank you. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. Hey, I don't think I'm the best in the world, but I'm definitely in a very niche space. I love talking about investing, but I'm in a space where a lot of the finance YouTubers sell out, and I try not to sell out. I really do. I try not to have any, no crypto sponsors. If you're trying to promote crypto on my channel, just go to hell. That's all I gotta say. But you know what? If you want to promote crypto, I'll just tell you you're stupid, is what I'll do probably. I gotta check the monetization on here real quick. Guys, if the advertisements get out of hand, I do want to apologize. Definitely trying my best here. Gina asks, "What's your favorite food? Pizza. What is going on? Who needs to go to hell? Crypto bros need to. I mean, they don't need to really go to hell. It's a figure of speech. But anyway, the crypto bros could suck it." Tim Smith says, "Developing. Buy more Bitcoin before it's too late." Michael Saylor tells the U.S. government, "Look, I think it is already too late to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at an all-time, well, I wouldn't say all-time high, but Bitcoin is already too high to begin with. Anything with an intrinsic value of zero must go to zero." Tim 4VR says, "Agreed. Absolutely. Crypto is the dumbest thing in the world." Clearburst Power Wash says, "You need to suck on this crypto balls. The only crypto balls I'm going to be sucking is Michael Saylor's, if possible." I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Michael Saylor, I love you. You are a staple of this channel, and we worship Michael Saylor on this channel. I just wanted to say that right now. Right? I'm sorry if I went a little crazy. Michael Saylor, you're my hero. Let me be your hero. Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Would you run and never look back? Would you tremble if I touched your dick? Would you run? Now would you die for the one you love? Hold me in your arms tonight. And I can be your hero, baby. I can suck the dick away. Oh, guys, getting bad. Anyway, whatever. Let's see. Jay asks, "Are you transgender?" I look like I'm trans. Sure, I look pretty trans, but whatever. You guys gonna be judging? All right, whatever. Tim 4VR says, "My bully choked me in school last year. I'm still pretty mad about that. What should I do?" Honestly, that's pretty fucked up. Did you tell the school? Did you tell the school that the dude was choking you out? Because you gotta. Also, if the school doesn't do anything, I'll tell you what, beef yourself up. Spread a nasty rumor about the bully, all right? Write that, find out what the bully's phone number is. Say, "This dude," I don't want to give too much information out on what I would do, but I've been bullied and I don't like it. I've been bullied by my employer, and I'll tell you what, they're not good. Mainly my managers. They were bullies. I have no problem making their lives crap at this point. Maggie says, "Nah." Crypto says, "The fuck is going on in here?" Alex said, "Hi, hello, Alex." Let's see. Maggie says, "Protect yourself." Yeah, absolutely. Learn to, find ways to get stronger, lift some weights. I think lifting weights is always a good thing. Running, getting into boxing, I think, is pretty good. I need to get into boxing. It's been a while since I've even done martial arts. I used to go back in the day when I was younger. I went and did a little bit of martial arts, but I never followed through with it. I probably should have. But, I got a good right punch. Tim 4VR says, "Yes, they did nothing, though, and I got in trouble." You got in trouble for being choked out by a bully? Whoa. Dude, that sounds exactly like what happened at my employer, T-Tech, except for I didn't get choked, I got gaslit. So it sounds like your school is gaslighting you. How the hell did you get in trouble for being choked out by a bully? That makes zero sense. Dude, your school, whatever school you go to, is ran by a bunch of sociopaths. Tim4VR, man, you better sue them. I don't like to go the sue route, but man, in this instance, if the school ain't doing anything to protect their student who's getting bullied, they're pieces of garbage. So, yeah. Just like how HR at T-Tech didn't protect me from my bully manager. So that's a big deal. Let's see. Jaikosi's Little World says you look like Ed Sheeran. I appreciate that. Ed Sheeran's a sexy man. Gabriel Garcia says roll one. Nice. Crypto says, not for real, the fuck is going on here? I'm bashing crypto, but I'm talking about diversified investing. I try not to get too into the weeds here. In my school, oh, you go to a Catholic school? Dude, Catholics suck. I'm not gonna lie, Catholic might be the worst of the Christian religions, man. I've struggled with Catholicism. OMG, I'm such a big fan of your songs. I love you, Ed. Thank you. What? I have an interview tomorrow, but my job is 45 minutes away. Should I go to it or try to find somewhere closer? I'm having mixed up. I mean, dude, if you have to do a 45-minute commute to work somewhere, that would give me pause, I'll tell you. Me personally, I wouldn't do it, but, to each their own, man. Clean Burst Power Watch says he's lying. Tim4VR is lying. Whatever. Whether he's lying or not, I've got no way to prove it, but let's see. Hello, Crazy Anxiety. Let's see. Clean Burst, blah, blah, blah. Fortnite, something. Well, okay, so Tim, hey, have a good night, brother. Hey, I hope that they, I really do hope they stop effing with you, man. Whatever, bully. Spread out. Maybe you could, if they're bullying you, do something. I mean, sometimes retaliation's the only medicine, man. If they're being pieces of crap to you, sometimes you got to find a way to retaliate. Use your best judgment. Be smart about this. But have a good night. Crypto says you look like Reba McEntire. Hell yeah, dude. That's a compliment. All right, let's take a look here. So another third benefit for the risk and resilience side of this is it shields against unknown unknowns. So for example, fraud lawsuits, black swan events, delistings, single points of failure are diffused. So for example, back in the day when JCPenney was pretty radical, right? It was a pretty good department store. Nobody ever thought JCPenney would ever go bankrupt, right? Well, it did eventually. So if you're a long-term holder and JCPenney stock was your primary, holdings, you got screwed because JCPenney was your primary holdings. For example. So one of the reasons I stay as diversified as I can, I have pretty much every bond you could think of I'm exposed to. I have anything I can because you never know when a company may get mismanaged to the ground. And if it does, that's where diversification comes in. Basically, the great companies will end up, covering any of the losses that you have. Diversification is great, though. And here's the thing, man. I'm a buy and hold forever kind of guy, and I honestly just take in the dividends every single day. I have a mixture of ETFs and mixture of individual stocks. I got real estate investment trusts. I got exchange traded funds. Dude, you name it, man. I'm diversified in ETFs. I've got like one share of every single ETF I can get a hold of. A lot of covered call ETFs, a lot of index-based ETFs, even actively managed. I'm not a big fan of actively managed, but I'll take it. Why am I so smelly looking? Because I just got done playing basketball. Let's see. Am I a ghost? Probably. I look like Felix from Stray Kids. I like that. All right. Dude Ranch 402 says, "Do you have a soul?" Probably not. I wonder these days. Heather Haraway says, "Gingivitis, absolutely." Gingers, we're just. I'm part ginger, a little bit. Now there is a sequence of returns protection. Now there's shallower drawdowns. Now the shallower drawdowns lower the odds of bad timing ruining withdrawals. So man, if you have like multiple different ETFs and you need to like maybe cash out on one of them, okay, you still have a ton of other ETFs and you have like other different individual stocks that'll still cover your portfolio. I'm really diversified in REITs, though. Real estate investment trusts are my favorite because any company that owns a plethora of real estate is good in my book. I also try to own a lot of international real estate investment trusts as well. I own a lot of different international ETFs because it's easier to get a hold of international companies that way. So I'm a big fan. But actually, majority of my portfolio, I'd say, when it comes to international, majority, I think almost 100% of it is straight up in ETFs for international companies. Dude Ranch says, "But your name is Clean Burst Power Wash." Is that what your boy? Oh my god. See, Clean Burst Power Wash says, "Yeah." Let's see. Damn, homie stands on business. Stands on business. I do stand on business, brother. I do stand. I'm diversified up the ass, dude. I'm diversified up my butt. Absolutely. Diversification is the key, brother. So here's the thing. You can capture more of what works when it comes to hyper-diversification. I'm hyper-diversified in ETFs, hyper-diversified in individual stocks. You basically, essentially, instead of trying to find the needle in the haystack, you own the haystack. So you reliably capture the few mega winners that drive most of the market returns. So basically, by doing this, by getting these ETFs, you don't have to put in any real guesswork as to what company is going to do best because these ETFs allow you to have diversification into a lot of different companies without having to pay an arm and a leg. It makes life a lot easier. By the way, if you guys want me to really talk about your comments, I need a super chat. So it is the super chat hour. But I will, for longtime viewers of the show, I will read your chat if you're a long-term viewer. Guys like Tim Smith, guys like my biological stepson. But if you're new and you want to support the channel, give me a super chat. Let's see here. My biological stepson says, "Dad, why didn't you buy more baby oil?" To that I say, biological stepson Tylord, I'm a little bit of a broke boy. I'm not really broke. I'm just not spending any money. But look, we'll buy some Equate baby oil the next time we go to Walmart. And maybe if you're lucky, I'll let you out of the cage. Just kidding. But so I will answer this question. Jack Shrimp is asking, biological stepson, how does that work? If the question's good, I'll answer it. And also, if it's somebody I've just known for a long time on here, I'll answer the question too. So, when it comes to biological stepson, it's more like, how do you explain it? So basically, I got artificially inseminated in my rear, and then I pooped him out. And then he became my biological stepson. I mean, that's how babies are made. Sorry. Let's see. M&B Creations says hi a million times. You little spammer, just saying hi all over the place. This is why I don't have mods, though, because I don't really give a crap. M&B Create. Oh, you want to shout out M&B Creations? M&B Creations, the shout out I'm going to give you is that you're a spammer, and nobody subscribed to M&B Creations because he's a little spamming dickbag. Let's see. Must have been fun. Yep. It's a very fun thing. So, anyway, so anybody, super chats, we really appreciate the super chats. Um, but yeah. Dude Ranch is buying Bitcoin on the dip. What a Dude Ranch, I'm sorry, dude. Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. And the best thing you could do when a Ponzi scheme is in a bubble, it's always in a bubble. Any price, any price but zero. If Bitcoin is listed at $0 per coin, it's at an accurate price. One moment. One moment. We got a super chat. Thank you, Clean Burst Power Washing. Let's answer it real quick. Is lube stock worth investing? Now let's elaborate. What is lube stock? What are you talking about with lube stock? I'm gonna try to answer this question. Um, I mean, it depends. You got to look at the financials of the companies, man. Now, when you say lube, are we talking about like what kind of lubricant specifically? Clean burst power wash. I need to know, man. What are we talking about more specifically? We talking about like baby oil? Because we can look at all the publicly traded companies that sell baby oil. I'll ask ChatGPT real quick. Okay, Tim Smith says breaking. Realty Income announced a dividend increase. Dude, Realty Income is such a good REIT. It pays you a monthly dividend. It's got a pretty high annual yield. Um, yeah, Realty Income's beautiful, man. One moment. Mm-mm-mm. One moment, folks. We're getting a pretty good list compiled right now. We're figuring out more of the baby oil companies. Let's see. But breaking. But yeah, so Tim Smith is saying that Realty Income announced a dividend increase, which perfect. Because I do have Realty Income. Realty Income is a fantastic company, and I can't recommend it legally, but I'll tell you, I'm a shareholder in Realty Income, and I approve. I approve this message. Let's see. Ataru Meyer says you look like you make awful garlic bread. Absolutely. Big back. So ZX6R Willie Man says, let me get your Netflix login, please. It's me, your neighbor. Well, my Netflix login is, let's see, it's bigbuttboy@gmail.com, and the password is F my bussy, you mussy. That's the login info. So have fun with that. I didn't stutter. Okay, trying pomegranate. Yep, Anthony, that's right. Pomegranate. Okay, so Clean Burst Power Wash. What's your thoughts on transgingerism? So yes, I am partially a ginger man. That's true. And so I do grow a very red beard. And I do have strawberry blonde hair. I'll admit that. I'll admit that. So Tim Smith, though, is breaking the news about Realty. Actually, I am curious. Realty Income. Let's take a look at Realty Income real quick, because I'm a huge fan of Realty Income. Yeah, so monthly they pay. Are they at 27 cents per month? What's the last payout? I'm curious about the monthly amount. I will say Realty Income is honestly one of the safest REITs that you can own. Can it get a little overvalued sometimes? Absolutely. It's one of those that gets overvalued from time to time, but it's one of those I really do enjoy buying the dip of Realty Income just because. Now, would I put all my net worth into it? No. No. Even though I love it. I will say this, though. If I had to choose, because if I had only one stock I could choose, right? Coca-Cola would be that stock. But if I had the option of my runner-up, if Coca-Cola wasn't available, would actually be Realty Income. Because Realty Income has so many different commercial properties. They lease out the majority of those properties. It's unbelievable, to be honest. Let's see. Anderson says, hello, Ed Sheeran, how are you? Caspian says, I touch myself to you on mute, and you can't stop me to touch. Hey, dude. Hey, look, if you want to play with your schlangus, that's up to you, brother. I understand that when I get on this show, I understand that chances are majority of the audience is choking their chicken, strangling their duck to daddy. All right? So I get it. I get it. Doggy Dog says saying it. Anderson says you look like Ed Sheeran. I do. I do have a bit of an Ed Sheeran look. Brony Ultra Fire! Brony Brothers! Because we are Brony Brothers. Yeah, you know this, yeah. We're the Brony Boys. So yeah, Realty Income's dividend increase is very beautiful. As you know, I really invest. I invest in the best companies that I can, but I also try to expose myself to just the entire markets that I can. I try to expose myself to every international company. I expose myself to every U.S.-based company. My portfolio remains as diversified as possible. I'm afraid of over-concentration just because I can't predict the future. And honestly, my net worth remains intact. The whole idea for me is to preserve my wealth. And so whenever any money I make, I try my best to invest when I can. Investing is my primary thing. For instance, if I have to use my dividends, I can use them if I need to. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. But yeah, I do have to probably go to bed kind of early. I'm gonna try to get up as early as possible to probably do a little bit of DoorDash and stuff like that. Ultra Fire says 2 words, gold and silver, without a doubt. By the way, so for those of you who are new to the channel, I will try to read your comment, but if you want me to really read it, you want me to acknowledge it, the best thing you could do is a super chat. Just want to give you guys a heads up on that. It looks like I got to restart my computer a little bit, but before I do that, I do want to read a few more of the... Oh, here we go. So here's a list of the publicly traded companies or sit under publicly traded parent companies for the companies that have companies within them that sell baby oil, right? So we're going to look at publicly traded companies that basically give you exposure. So these companies have some sort of company within them, or they are a company that sells baby oil, one or the other. So Johnson's... Johnson's Baby Oil, the parent company is Kenvue Inc., and that's KVUE is what this is saying. And then Baby Dove, its parent company is Unilever. That's a good one. Let's see, Burt's Bees, the parent company is the Clorox Company. So if you buy Clorox Company, you can get baby oil. You get exposed to the baby oil. So basically, this is like the baby oil. We're creating the baby oil ETF, basically. Let's see, the Honest Company, which is ticker symbol HN. ST is one of them, and then we have Cetaphil Baby, and that's parent company is Galderma Group AG. Okay. Shea Moisture, parent company is Unilever. Equate is the Walmart stores brand, so the parent company is Walmart there. Up and Up, Target store brand, parent company Target Corp. And then Walgreens sells Walgreens branded baby oil. Wow. So you can invest in Walgreens and be able to get that exposure. You Asked For It is asking, let's see, if you can hang out with any celebrity, who will you chill with? I don't know. I need some super chats, folks. If you guys want me to read your chats, I'm going to need some super chats. I need more super chats. No, but anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. So if you want to buy the parent companies or the companies that sell baby oil, I just gave you that list, man. That would be, you could call it, if you really wanted to, you can call it the baby oil ETF. Dabbing Maniac says, oh, you'll read them regardless. Christina is asking, are you single? No, I'm not. I have a girlfriend. I love her a lot, so she's incredible. She actually supports the hell out of me, and I appreciate it big time. Now, honestly, if it wasn't for her, I'd be in a worse situation in my life. And she's really encouraging, and she's been so supportive through everything that I've been going through. So, Stan Turner has a retracted message. Let's see. So let's take a look here. Doc says, my parents got divorced today and my mom got full custody. I'm sorry your parents got divorced, man. I don't know if that's a good thing in your life at the moment or a bad thing. I remember when my parents got divorced, I was a little depressed about it at first when I was younger, but I knew it was for the best. So sometimes it can be very difficult when that happens, man, and I really am sorry. Bob says, freak Bob, but it is no. So hopefully it's a good thing. I'm hoping. If it's not, no, I am okay. You're not good. Okay, so you guys, everybody in the chat, let's give some encouragement to Doc in the chat. Look, I know we joke a lot on this channel, but we do want to support people who are having a hard time. So everybody, let's get together. Let's give words of encouragement. I mean this sincerely to Doc right now. It's not easy. It's not easy to deal with what you're dealing with, brother. And I just, look, are your parents at least, they're not blaming you for anything, are they? Because I'll admit, my dad blamed me a little bit, so I get that. So Stan, all you guys, please give notifications. But no, I really do. We got to give words of encouragement to the best of our ability to Doc, you guys. He's going through a tough time. It's not easy. If they're not. But so your dad's kind of blaming you a bit, because my dad blamed me a little. He kind of acted like it was my fault. He would always. My dad was weird. He just was not a nice guy to me. Like, he was not very encouraging, and usually made me feel like garbage. So. Give me 1 second, folks. Let's see. Doc says, I am a YouTuber. To my name for my channel is Doc McGee. Well, hey, you know what, man? Here's the thing, man. Through tough times can surprisingly build character. It doesn't seem like that at first. It seems like, why is this happening to me? What is going on in my life? Why is one of my parents blaming me for this? I get that. Man. So, as far as words of encouragement are concerned, man, we on this channel seriously want to wish you well, man. Exactly, like Evan23 said, chase what you love. If you like doing this YouTube stuff and you're a YouTuber, we'll support you, brother. We'll subscribe. In fact, I'll encourage everybody to subscribe. So make sure you guys check out Doc's channel. It looks like at Doc McGee. So make sure you guys subscribe. Give the lad some encouragement. Look, I know what it's like to have very negative parents. Now, maybe one parent's good, maybe the other's bad. Maybe both really suck. In my case, both were both were not very nice to me. So it was not a good situation. But let's see here. Andrea Mix says with an I, Jesus Lord. Yeah. Man, I just gotta tell you guys again, man. I am so relieved to be away from the crappy company that I work for, brothers. I'm restarting the computer real quick, getting a little bit of getting some updates on here real quick. Let's see. Doc is saying thank you. You're the best. Let's see. And so cool. My mom is good, but we are low on money, so I started YouTube to get my. Hey, dude, that's honestly pretty kind. Heck yeah, brother. Yeah, honestly, just do the best you can. If you're, one thing that I can't really give too much advice on how to get money because I don't know if I don't think they let you. I mean, it depends on how old you are. If you're at least 18 or over, you'll be able to, like do what you got to do. But yeah, make sure that you guys got to subscribe to Doc. You guys subscribe to this kid. He is going through a rough time. Parents divorced. Well, I didn't realize you were that young, man. Jesus. Not that it's a bad thing. I don't look at. I just want to say this as a warning. I do not recommend. I usually recommend that you be 18 or older to view my channel, and if you are viewing it, please view it with parental consent. That matters, okay? So always make sure that you have make sure that your parents are aware that you watch this show, because I do swear on this show. Just want to make that a very fair warning. Okay. All right. Gmod News says my parents are divorced too. I miss my father a lot. Hey man, Gmod, I'm sorry about that, brother. That's tough. I will say reaching out and trying to establish communication may help to the best of your ability. I'm just sorry everybody's having a tough time, man. I know that I can't really, yeah, go visit him. Seriously. Go visit him. If you can. If you're able to. Doc says, "Oh my God, I watch you 24/7." Well, I appreciate it, Doc. If you, look, I don't want to, don't want to ruin a generation here, man. Don't want to ruin a generation. So, all right. Well, as long as you got parental consent to watch it, that's the most important thing. And as long as your parent watches it with you, that's most important. Okay. Gmod News says far away from Oregon where I live. Got ya. Okay. Well, but hey, I just want to also I want to give you a bit of a shout out to Doc. I want to give you a shout out here, okay? Because it takes a lot of bravery to admit that sort of stuff, especially in a public domain. All right, so it does matter. Admitting things, admitting your parents are getting divorced. It's tough when you feel like you got nowhere to turn to but the internet, and I hope that the chat and I at least were encouraging in some sense. Because look, you're still young, you could still learn to invest. You know what I mean? You're still gonna I'm telling you, if you stay diversified, if you really talk to your mom and your dad that you really love investing, try to get them to, I don't know what the rules are when you're under 18 to get a brokerage account, but really ask them like, hey, mom and dad, look, I really want to start investing. Can you ask the bank how I can get a brokerage account of any kind or where I should go? Let's see. Doc says my dad is abusive, but my mom is not. I'm sorry about that, man. That sucks. Abusive parents are rough, man. My mom was definitely verbally abusive to my dad, and my dad just took it. But my dad was also kind of a douchebag, so it's like I kind of get it. I get why she was the way she was to him, but you know, my dad's passive aggressive, so it's like he's one of those passive aggressive people. He doesn't have the ability to think that he's wrong though. That's what pisses me off. I admit that I'm wrong a lot on a lot of stuff. I've even considered that I might be wrong on how I perceived my firing from work, for example. I mean, I've overviewed it, and I know that I was being targeted because, I even had to look up like what is targeting, am I experiencing it, and I had to like really recount to myself like what was going on. So I don't know. Point is, it's like I'm not gonna go off on a diatribe. By the way, I'm still angry at T-Tech. By the way, to everybody, just to let everybody know, T-Tech is scum of the earth. I'm still very upset at that company. Big time. Cause everybody's trying to steal my boner bills, and I don't know why. Let's see. Extra X says, "I'll just put it all in crypto after the crash. Don't buy." Dude, stocks. First off, X-Ray X. I don't know if you're probably some weird fake AI bot account or whatever, but dude, crypto's a Ponzi scheme, right? Don't tell kids to get into crypto. You're just trying to turn them into a degenerate gambler like yourself. X-Ray X, don't force the youth to make the same mistakes you're making as an adult. So, Doc, best thing you could do is tell X-Ray X to go F himself, and because crypto is grifto, it's grifter currency. Doc says, I am in 5th grade and this is happening. I'm crying right now. Hey, brother, let it all out. You got to cry, all right? So cry. Do what you got to do, all right? There is no shame in feeling what you're feeling. You're feeling hurt. And guess what? We support, if you need us to say it's okay, look, it's okay to cry. It's okay, buddy. You got this. Knuckles, all right? Fist bumps, all right? Okay. I'm going to read some more chats. But man, You got this, brother. You got this. We believe. We in the chat. I know there's a lot of strangers here in the chat. We in the chat believe in you, Doc. So keep on rolling. All right, bud. You got this, brother. We're supporting you. Keeping you in our thoughts, but we want to be encouraging. All right. I'm going to do my best to be encouraging on this channel to every degree. All right. I'm going to try to be a positive force for good. All right. Doc says I'm crying so much right now. Hey, bud, keep crying. I'm not. It sucks that you're hurting, but keep crying. Let it out, man. Let out the emotion. Let out your feel. Write it down if you need to. Right? When you're crying, it may hurt to talk. All right, but write out what you need to write out. Feel what you need to feel. All right, you feel what you got to feel, brother. I appreciate you even feeling like you could talk to all of us here on this channel. Ooh. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm looking at something real quick. Decoy says we need more pressure cooker videos. I guess. I mean, we could do the best we can on that one, for sure. Who else we got here? Zach said hi. Hi, Zach. Okay. Doc says you're helping me so much right now. Hey, man. Zach, whoa. Hold on. Doc, I'm going to give you a minute. You take the time to cry. You got to do what you got to do. But Zach, what's going on, brother? You said... Zach, I'm not even going to ask what happened, brother, but damn, dude. I'm sorry. Oh. Zach said his kid passed. I'm sorry, man. I try not to get too emotional. You guys got to give me a second. I'm sorry. Sorry, bud. I'm back. Man, I don't know what to say. Um, I don't. I don't have any. I don't have any children or anything like that. Um, but man, that hurts to hear. Phantom Venom says I lost. Zach says it's okay. Sorry, man. Man, I'm just sorry, brother. I didn't. I didn't. I guess I'm just speechless at the moment, and I guess. Are you doing okay? Zach, if I know there's not much I could do to help you out, but um, if you need to talk, brother, shoot me an email. If you need to talk in depth on this man, um, oh, hold on, sorry, my gut. Um, sorry, you guys. I was playing some basketball earlier, and ooh, my side's in a little bit of pain. Is that a spider? No, something else. But man, yeah, man. If you need to talk, dude, Zach, reach out to me. Garza Media is at gmail.com, brother. I can't really. I know that I can't really do much to make you feel better, man. Doc saying I feel bad for Zach too, brother. I know you got to go to work, Zach, and you're probably not on here, but honestly, I really do hope you have the best night you can. Zach says he won almost 1,000. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Zach. Oh God, I'm sorry, my side is killing me right now. Hold on. I gotta lie down for just a few moments, you guys. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit distant, but if you guys can still hear me, I had to sit down real quick. But I'm gonna keep doing the standing episode here in a few moments. I just oh. I do gotta put a energy drink in the old refrigerator, so. I am gonna try to get to bed pretty early. I do gotta get up pretty early. Yo, see you guys. Zach, see you, bud. See you, my man. We'll be here. You know, when you feel like you're ready, you can talk to us about it. Can you guys hear me at all? Hello. All right, here we go. Matalota says your Wi-Fi has ADD. Absolutely, it does. All right, now I'm back. But I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, it was lagging out. My bad. Yes, is it better now? Okay, cool. I think it's better. All right, but I may have to sit down here in a few moments just because I was playing ball earlier, and you know I'm trying to cut back on weight. So doing standing shows is kind of going to be the future for a bit. We're trying to get a little bit more money, trying to get more likes, trying to get more subscribers, trying to really increase the base. Upright Tactical says, love the hair, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I do got fabulous hair. But thank you everybody who subscribed as well. The more subscribers we get, the better. It really increases the visibility of the channel. Doc says I have a cool channel. Heck yeah. Hey, everybody, encourage, just subscribe to Doc's channel if you can. He listed the channel name a little earlier. I think it was like at Doc McGee or something like that, I believe. So we want to encourage him on that one. So go Doc, get it, brother, get it. But yeah, let's give a bit of it's at Doc McGee. At Doc McGee, make sure you guys subscribe to Mr. Doc on that one. All right. He said it's at Doc McGee. All right. We got to give a bit of a prayer to Zach. You know, I'm not much of a religious guy, but I do believe that sometimes we can put something out there, right? And our thoughts can be a little more powerful. So if we can give as much positive thoughts, as much positive prayer to Zach, you know, Zach had mentioned he's lost a kid, and man, dude, that's, like I said, I'm not a parent, but damn. I don't even know what to say. Agent says, hi, how are you? I mean, I'm all sorts of mixed emotions right now, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Doc says, I suck at YouTube. Well, hey, Doc, I'm going to give you a little secret. When I first started YouTube, I sucked at it too. So don't give up. Keep trying, all right? Keep doing the best you can, okay? So, look, even if you're not the best at YouTube, that's okay. Look, anything worth doing, and this is going to really come in handy for you when you get older, okay? Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. At first, you know, for a while. Sometimes you have to be, I'll give you an example. When you're a baby and you're first learning to walk, how bad were we all at walking when we were babies, right? It took us a while to learn to walk. It takes a while sometimes to learn anything. So if you're trying to get good at YouTube, hey, look, there's tons of great people on YouTube who describe like how to optimize your YouTube channel, how to use hashtags, plenty of really, really cool tutorials out there, brother, that you can really take advantage of. Doing something real quick, guys. Sorry about that. See, Matty Lotus says gay in the dictionary means happy, so yes, Michael is gay. Well, I appreciate that one. Thank you. Doc asks, do you like Squid Games? Honestly, I've seen the trailer and I've seen a couple random clips on YouTube of the show. And to be honest, it doesn't really seem like it's up my alley. It doesn't seem like the kind of show that I'd be into. But hey, if you're into it, man, get it. Decoy says because they are idiots who think it's okay to be mean online. Hey, I could take anything, man. That's why I do YouTube. One thing I will say about let's see. Zach says me rather. Let's see. We all need to be nicer online, says Decoy. Zach says my dad is gay. Okay. Doc says I watched all seasons. Okay. Jackson Silly Game says, do you want to hear a scary tragedy that almost happened? Sure. Unified Adam says the YouTube live crowd is most likely a lot of from the Instagram Reels. Probably. Decoy says we need to see that pressure cooker. Looks like a 4-quart model. Actually, I think it is. Last time I checked, yeah. So that's the aroma rice cooker right there. It's a digital one. It's pretty good. It does the trick. I love making rice and stuff like that. Doc says, "Can I contact you?" Don't. Sorry, Doc. I appreciate the look. You're 11. To me, that's weird. If you want to watch the show, you can watch the show. But no can do, brother. I appreciate the offer. But sorry, that's just that's weird. That sounds like some weird stuff, man. But I appreciate you, Doc. I really do. Decoy says, yes, pressure cooker shout out. Thank you. Evelyn says, I love rice. Rice is incredible. I agree. Zach says, me too. Hey, rice is good. Rice is nice. Let's see. Decoy says, rice is bomb. No, not like that. No, Doc, I'm just saying that, like, because of your age, I don't, all fans that reach out to me, they got to be 18 or older. So, that's what I'm trying to say, is it's just weird. You can watch the show. I don't even recommend that anybody under 18 watch the show. I do recommend avoiding this show completely. But, yeah, it's weird. You got to look at it from that standpoint, all right? But I appreciate it. Let's see. Decoy says, we all love rice. Gay or straight, we love rice. Jackson Silly Games. When I was my family until I slipped into the current on a rock, so I would have. Damn, brother, it's wild. Doc says, my parents know. Hey, look, if your parents want to contact me, that's okay. I'll tell you what, if your parents have any questions about investing or anything like that, and if your parents need some insight on investing, and have some questions, certainly, your parents can reach out to me. I'll allow that. But that's about it. Agent says, still doc is just not. Exactly. I agree with Agent. It's just something that you don't do. Yeah, it's just weird. I appreciate your enthusiasm, Doc. Sorry, bud. You know, if your parents want to reach out to me, they can reach out to me. That's all I can recommend. Zach said hi. Hi, Zach. Zach. Will says, I hate big diamide. So Evelyn is asking, what's your number one food that goes with rice? I would probably say I like chicken and rice. I like beef and rice. I like just about anything with rice, if I'm going to be honest. Rice and eggs is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, rice and eggs is actually the bomb, and I think it's the best stuff in the world. So that's my interpretation. I may not be able to be live too much tonight. I gotta take it a little bit easy tonight. I gotta start kind of preparing for bed. I got some long days ahead of me. I do gotta do DoorDash and stuff like that. And also I'm a little tired. I did play a lot of basketball and stuff and things of that nature. So, hey, you guys, more super chats we get, the better. So super chats, virtual gifts, you name it. If you guys can, or even just becoming a channel member. Even simply becoming a channel member really helps out. It's 99 cents a month, and you can unsubscribe at any time. We try to, we're trying to make sure we keep the lights on as much as possible. Just with everything that's happened recently, it's been kind of crazy. Oh, and that's okay, Zach. You don't have to. By the way, nobody's required to do any of these. I just want to make that very clear. I put no pressure on anybody to do this. No pressure. I only say if you can, great. If you can't, even if you can and you don't want to, that's okay too. I only offer it because it does help. I'm going to try to put out more exclusive content for the show that only members can view. Not everything is going to be behind a paywall. Only just a couple things here and there. But it just helps support the channel. Helps support production costs, electricity costs. Zach says if I could, I would donate 10K. Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. No worries though. No worries though, man. I don't like putting too much pressure on anybody, Hey, man, you would not have to. As much as I would appreciate 10K, I would never ask that out of anybody. I never ask that out of anybody. Agent says I don't know enough about this guy to donate. Yeah, I don't want anybody to donate 10K, even if you knew a whole bunch about me. That's just too much. I would tell you guys, if you had 10K that you had free money of 10K, I would tell you to invest that money. Invest it very hard. By the way, I think we could finish this off by talking about Maddie Lola Johnson. Oh, thank you, Maddie Lola. I appreciate that big time. Thank you. I'm going to give a like, and I'm going to reply to that because that's just super kind. Maddie Lola says, you seem like a genuinely good person. I hope you get big on here. And hey, I'm doing really well, honestly. And I appreciate the $10, Maddie Lola. That really means a lot. Thank you so much for this. During these uncertain times, it helps more than you realize. I wanted to reply to that as well, just because we want to give a big shout out to Matalola. She's just been super kind the entire time. So thank you, Matalola. I appreciate you. I try to be the best person I can be. I do try to, really encourage everybody to to feel as good about themselves as they can, to have a little bit of higher self-esteem. Really just be confident with who you are, and I believe in you. And you can believe in yourself too, and I think that's what I really want to encourage is just Agent says, I'm sorry, Zach. Zach says, yeah, I cannot donate anything. I could barely even afford to pay rent and keep the lights on one time. The lights went out midnight. Oh, geez. Hey, hold on. Zach, hold on. Zach, do you have a Venmo account or anything? We can help Zach a little bit here. Zach, what's your do you got like a Venmo or anything? If you can put like what your Venmo handle is, we can, whoever's in the chat, we could try to help out. We could try to really encourage. The one and only Nicole says, you're my favorite transgender YouTuber. I appreciate it. Zach says, no, it's fine. Okay, well, if you change your mind, man, we always try to pull through. I try to collectively help people as much as possible, especially if you're struggling, man. So we man. My legs are a little tired. I was playing basketball for a few hours, so I'm my legs definitely feel like they took a pounding. Dr. Mingus says, why do coins have ridges? So good. But no, thank you for seriously, Matt, I appreciate the $10 on that one. Like I said, every little bit helps, any subscribers, anybody who can. I don't want to, like I said, my goal really is to try to avoid taking from people's pockets. I do want to at least give you guys some more information on why I think hyper-diversification is a very important concept that everybody should have under their belt when it comes to investing. So, hold on. Let me, give me a second. Okay, so there's factor diversification. So blends, I'm going to do a quick crash course here. So there's factor diversification, blend size, value, quality, momentum, low volatility, dividend, etc. So no single style cycle dominates. There's sector breadth, tech, healthcare, industrials, energy, utility, staples, leaders, rotate. You don't have to guess. So basically, you could spread yourself out through different sectors by having multiple different ETFs. Also, you do get dividend payouts at different times because each ETF usually does pay out at a different time during the quarter, or if they're monthly, they pay at a different time during the month. But it's beautiful because you can, in theory, get a dividend almost every day. Rate regime agility, mix short-long treasuries, IG, HY credit, and cash-like ETFs to adapt. Let's see. It's not bad. Geographic breadth, U.S. plus developed, excluding U.S. plus EM spreads, policy, currency, and growth risk. That's not bad. Inflation, currency, and macro buffers, real asset access, REITs, commodities, tips, which is like basically bonds that are fairly inflation proof, which is really nice. Infrastructure ETFs help when inflation bites. Currency diversification, foreign earnings and non-USD exposures reduce home currency shocks. Rate regime agility, mix short, long treasuries, blah, blah, blah. I think I already read that. Income, cash flow, practicality, staggered dividends, multiple pay schedules, steadier monthly cash flow. Exactly. You get the dividends at different dates during the quarter because each ETF usually pays at different times. Some will pay at the same time as the other, but whatever. It's just the more spread out you are, the better. broader dividend base, less dependence on any one payer, fewer dividend cuts sink the ship. So if a few companies that you have do a dividend cut, it's not going to destroy the flow of dividends coming in. Income levers, covered call, dividend, and bond ETFs let you tune yield without single name risk, which is nice. So I have covered call ETFs. I've got bond ETFs. I got the stuff that has high yields that really come in handy. I love derivative income, which is what a covered call ETF. Cypher Solutions says everything you're talking about is a scam. Whatever. Look, Bitcoin's a scam. Look, Cypher Solutions, Bitcoin is a scam. I just want to let you know that. Yeah, Matty Lola, Cypher Solutions doesn't have any proof that Bitcoin's anything but a Ponzi. Look, it lacks intrinsic value. It's quite pointless in the scheme of things. It's private money. It's glorified private money. ETF tax efficiency, in-kind creations, redemptions can maximize capital gain distributions. Basic management, donate highly appreciated individual stocks, trim losses elsewhere, lots of knobs to turn, account placement, put tax inefficient places. Let's see, REITs in the tax advantaged accounts, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I love REITs. Cost, liquidity, and implementation. So there's ultra low fees at scale. Core market beta for basis points. Satellites where you want precision. Intraday liquidity. ETFs trade all day, making rebalances, raise of cash, and tilts fast and cheap. Execution flexibility. Micro size positions. Scale in and out without just disturbing the whole portfolio. Behavioral edge reduces regret. FOMO. No need to pick the one. You already own the winners and the next ones. Sleep at night factor. So lower concentration increases staying power through ugly markets. So basically, when you spread out your risk, you have less to worry about. Look at Cypher Solutions. I'm sorry. Stop it. Bitcoin is dumb. I think Cypher Solutions is actually a Michael Saylor, what do you call it? A Michael Saylor burner account. So Doc is asking, oh man, look, I may have a girlfriend, but man, I'm not one to give advice on how to talk to girls. Sorry about that, brother. You're on your own there. Maybe talk to the chat on that one, brother. Let's see. Oh yeah, so there are rebalancing benefits. So like systematic buy low, sell high sort of things. Periodic rebalancing across many imperfectly correlated sleeves can add rebalancing premium. So that's another thing to consider. There's also drawdown discipline. Like predefined bands like help you act rationally when markets aren't being very rational. And Tim Smith says, talk to the chat because the Garza don't want to talk because the Garza doesn't want to hear it. That's funny. But yeah, I won't be live I won't be on this live stream for too long. I do have to go to bed here soon enough. Got a few responsibilities I got to take care of tomorrow. Corporate action autopilot, ETFs seamlessly handle M&A, spinoffs, and index changes. No manual upkeep. Turnover where it belongs. Let ETFs do the heavy lifting. Reserve single stock changes for high conviction moves. How to maximize the benefits. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, so the beautiful part about this is you can just have as many as you want, really. Tim Smith says, Garza, you just hit 4,600 subs. Keep the drive for 5 alive. Yeah, we're almost at 5,000, man. We're pretty darn close. Doc is asking, you all got advice? Look, I think the chat is probably better with women. They probably understand women better than I do. But luckily, I'll tell you what. The first time I met the girl that I'm with, the one that I want to be with for the rest of my life, the first time I met her, I was singing a song at karaoke called Gay Bar. That was her first impression of me. She thought it was funny. She thought I was a whack job, but she thought I was funny. And it kind of just went from there. It was really cool. So, here's the thing, Doc. I'll tell you what. Be who you really are. All right? Doc, you got to be who you really are. All right? And if you feel like you need to change because you're not good enough for yourself, it's okay to grow. You're always on a journey of growth. And change is a good thing. All right? If you find ways to change, Zach says, shut the hell up before I do something about it. What are you talking about, Zach? What are we talking about here? Tish says, always great to catch your live stream. Hearts. Thank you, Tish. I appreciate it. Zach, what are we talking about here, man? Tish says, yes, be genuine and have a good sense of humor. Yeah, just be who you are. Be who you truly are. And I look at it this way: if you're going to be damned for who you actually are. Matty Lola says, Zach has been getting trolled on here. Absolutely, he has. But yeah, man, I mean, look, and if yourself, by the way, if yourself is not good enough for her, then that's okay. That's okay. There's going to be others out there who will appreciate you. So you got to find the ones who will appreciate you, and you got to appreciate them too. It's a two-way street, all right? So, hey Zach, don't listen to all these people, all right? Zach, don't listen to all these terrible people on here, okay, bud? All right, you guys, I got to admit, I am pretty tired. You guys, I just hope you all have a good night. I'm a little bit exhausted. I got to prepare for tomorrow. I got to get some rest. I got to get up early, so got to take a shower tonight as well. So I appreciate you all. Thank you all for stopping on the live chat. I appreciate the super chats as well. It really helps out the channel, helps out with what's going on in my life. Yeah. Just doing the best I can here. But anyway, thank you all. To everybody here on the chat, you guys have been awesome. Wish me luck tomorrow. I'm going to probably be doing DoorDash pretty much all day, from morning till... Zach is asking, are you streaming tomorrow? I think I'm going to try to. Maddie Lola says, thank you, Michael, but you need mods at some point. I do like having a Wild Wild West sort of chat, so it is kind of fun when the chat's all out of like crazy and shit. So I just let anybody say whatever they want, and if, YouTube's got AI and stuff, so they should be able to figure that out. I really don't want moderators. I have a no moderator policy on this channel. I could change that in the future, but I highly doubt I'll change that. It's a very high doubt. But anyway, thank you guys. I do hope everybody has the best night that they can. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. I'm going to be trying to stream a little bit more. So try to be smart about this. Anyway, later, guys. Woo! Have a good night, you guys.